All right, we are live. What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing on this fabulous Friday evening? I'm here with GCD.
Huh? Oh, hi guys. I'm here.
Like throwing a rock at you, like, hey, psst.
It's like, ow! That really hurt, you jerk. Oh, we're live? Hello, everybody. I am the fabulous GameCube dude, here in all my stunning vocalization power.
You sound like an Ace Attorney character. That's the funny part. like the so over the top. Like you find their one characteristic and they just kind of just elevate that to 100.
It becomes their personality.
It's like, I'm a garbage man. I love the frickin' garbage. Just become, I'm the trash man.
There you go.
Every other person. I'm a garbage collector. Ace Attorney universe. I'm the trash man. Oh,
I collect all the trash. I fight pollution with my fist.
Oh my gosh. This is why I love this series, because it's just so over the top, but in like the best type of way.
True that.
What's up, Cade? Hello, Max. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Jason. Oh, you got art done for it? Nice, dude. Nice. Whatever social you use, just at me. I'm on most of them, so there you go. I'd love to see it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah. Are you ready, kids?
Okay.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh. Yes.
Who lives in a law firm in Japanifornia, Phoenix, right? That's as much of a song as I can come up with on the spot.
Yeah, we might need to workshop this one day. One of these days, we just get together and try to workshop this. Because I think we have something there. We might have something there. All right.
Don't forget to share the game with me.
Oh, yes. There we go.
That's better.
All right, so last time we survived the first half of day one of the cross-examination.
Did we not survive the whole day though?
I don't know. It kind of
now, I'm pretty sure we're going on to day 2 of this trial.
No, I think it was like a brief recess because the prosecutor, who's also a jailbird, broke out of his chains.
I'm pretty sure we made it. I'm pretty sure the judge called it for the day.
We're about to see. The monstrous turnabout. Let's figure out if the yokai really did kill him or not. I'm placing my money on it was actually a yokai.
I'm gonna place it on Prince Charming.
All right, April 18th, 10:40 a.m. He busted out of his shackles.
Yeah. What was that all about? Guess they don't make shackles like they used to.
Apollo being the boomer. They don't. The kids these days with their shackles.
Yeah, they make them out of chrome now. I miss when they used to be made out of rusty recycled nails.
Better be careful, Apollo. You really brought out the samurai in him. What in the hell's going on? My controller doesn't want to work.
It doesn't even look like it's connected.
Okay, we're going this now.
Unfortunate.
I've been having the worst luck with freaking controllers.
Maybe it's just on its deathbed?
It shouldn't be. This is a brand new, actually from Xbox controller.
Ooh.
Maybe it's just not wanting to connect. Who knows?
It could be the drivers, or maybe you just got a defective model. I mean, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, but the fact that it's been like three straight controllers makes me think it's not defective. Who knows?
Okay, it might be a driver issue at that point.
Especially after you proved there was proved that Timotaro impersonator at the manor.
What's with that guy and the whole samurai act anyway? Everybody's got to have a quirk, you know?
Such fine swordsmanship. That is no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel.
No, wait! Let's save the dueling until after we prove you're innocent.
I suppose it could wait until then. Until later.
Does anyone remember we're conducting a trial here?
Nah.
I figured. Athena, I'm gonna go wash up.
Remember what Black Quill said, Apollo. Don't be late.
Oh, I guess we did only call a recess. I could have sworn we called it for the day.
April 18th, 10:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Now then, I believe our next witness is Miss Jin Tenma, a maid at QB Manor. Or Kyubi Manor?
I think it was Kairubi.
No, I think it's QB. I'm pretty sure it's QB, I think. I believe we can proceed now. If the witness is ready, that is.
Oh my gosh, she's using the reflection. That's perfect. Yayon, leader of 100 demons. He really does exist. Wow, that's one well-polished tray.
The witness will show her face while in court, or her testimony will be inadmissible.
What about the killer? Was that just a special case? Remember we testified him on the phone?
Well, that was, let's see, that was 9 years ago at this time? They might have passed they might have updated the code or two, you know? Lots to pass in that time.
Also, the judge probably forgot what he had for lunch the other day, so.
Fair enough.
Eek!
What is it, my child?
Be gone! New her.
Wait, okay. Nurarion? Nurarion? That's close as I think I can get it. Nurarion?
Let's see. I'm actually looking up a how to pronounce it thing.
Take your time.
Nurarion.
What the?
Nurarion.
Can you go slow? Norarion. Norarion.
Norarion.
Oh, okay then. Norarion, leader of the 100 demons.
You think I'm a yokai? Well, I was once known as a judicial monster of sorts. That's not a good thing. Thankfully, we know it's canon that he has never passed judgment on the wrong person.
Yeah, I think that's what he means. Like, that's impressive that he has like 100% like 100% conviction rate.
He could be one of those judges that he'll give you a fair trial, but you do not want to be sentenced by him. He will go for what he feels is appropriate. In other words, he might go for like a maximum sentence.
Right. They call him the fickle judge because he changes his viewpoint several times. However, apparently he's never missed a judgment. I think because people make fun of him because he's fickle, but because he's fickle, it means that he's fair because he's willing to change his viewpoint.
That is a good point.
Eek! My charm has no effect. He's a like a advanced level monster. Jinsei. The demon of due process. Not sure I could see that one.
That's an oxymoron. Is that the term?
Now, you little scamp. Yes? I trust you know why you're here.
Why does he not have new chains on his wrists?
Bags? Bags. Oh, that tricksy tanuki. Try the noodle stand. And go enjoy a big bowl of tanuki tail noodles while you're at it.
Everyone's a comedian.
No, I mean your bags. The ones under your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Here, this charm will keep Azakari away. Azakari? The yokai that washes azuki beans?
I think that might be Azukai. I have to look at it. Azukairai? Azukairai?
Azakari? Okay, that sounds about right.
That might be it, Azakairai.
The only thing needs washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off. Azakari is Azakari?
I think it's Azukairai.
Azakari? Azakari?
Oh, wait, no. If it was Kai, the A and the I would be swapped in the Azukiarai?
Azakari? Azikari.
Azukiarai?
Azikari. Azzy. I'll just call him Azzy.
Why can't the Japanese make sounds that make sense?
I've said this before, but they have like 50 different sounds in the Japanese language. I've went to speak
to our like 30 something.
Yeah, I have no clue how many are in English, but they have 50. I've done speech therapy on like at least half of those sounds, so I was doomed with this language. Azukai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anymore. Is that so? Well, thank you. Looks like Prosecutor Blackquill got more than he bargained for.
They're bad enough alone, but together those two are just plain creepy.
Your testimony, if you please, Miss Tenma. Specifically, whether or not you saw Tenma Taro when you discovered the crime scene.
Right, this was a whole thing. If you speak about seeing Tenma Taro, it doesn't go well for you. Apparently.
True. So
he steals your soul, apparently.
Yeah, he steals your soul. If you see him, you're supposed to keep quiet. And if you don't, he basically owns your soul at that point. So poor Jinsei right here. Did I see Timotaro in the Fox Chamber? Well, when I opened the door, I saw. Yes, now I remember. Yokai! Right there in that room! Hey, Afia, how you doing?
So there was a yokai. My phone's ringing.
Oh no.
You know what? I'll just text him back. I'll just text him back later. So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime?
Lots and lots of them.
Lots of them? Wait, more than one yokai? Did Temataro happen to be among them?
Lots of yokai. I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is the room was swimming with yokai. Kasha, Nurikabi, Seto Tashu, Eek! They were all there!
Seto Never mind.
Well, this is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a flood of them.
All the yokai. This is ludicrous. You would have this court listen to this delusional little scamp's testimony? Ah! Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear. But a quick therapy session should ease her mind. With the court's permission, of course. Let me drop this sick beat.
Oh boy.
What a fabulous idea. Please proceed, Miss Sykes.
He's like, I need to get a snack anyway. Go right ahead.
You sure you know what you're doing, Athena?
Oh, let me guess. We're going to be doing like a duel with Blackwell. He's going to probably be doing something to interfere with this, huh?
Ooh.
Because he has the same abilities as she does. She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering the crime scene and fear of testimony have her dazed and confused. A regular ball of confusion. But my analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help.
Any objections, Prosecutor Blackquill? Shall we let Miss Sykes proceed?
Hello, everyone that's coming in. Hope you're all having a great day. It makes no difference to me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall get any viable testimony. She'd be better served by bearing witness to the sword skills I forged in a distant land. I'll show you. I love how extra this is. I appreciate it. Oh, snap. Okay, so she is really, really upset.
Yeah.
Well, when I opened the door, I saw. Yes, now I remember. Look at all them. I like the cat. That's my favorite.
That is literally a cat on a wheel, on a flaming wheel.
That's just basically just like someone's pet cat just got into a chandelier. Found something.
Japanese folklore doesn't seem as creative as I thought it'd be.
I mean, I like the block. I like the dentist troll. I love the two pot trolls. I love the giant tanuki.
It's weird. Anyway.
Found something. Looks like an out of control emotion.
Athena, what exactly are we looking at here?
It's a bunch of yokai, Apollo. Oh, this is one of Widget's functions. Right here, you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice.
That sounds like a major invasion of privacy. Whoa! You mean that little thing can do all this?
You know, you bring up a really good point. She is like a psychologist, so that makes sense, like extracting from emotions and stuff like that, but she's not really getting consent. Like, she's just getting consent of the court.
Yeah.
Granted, though, I feel as if
like
you swear. I feel as if you swear into the court. However, you're kind of giving like there's implied consent, right?
Not for digging within your very imagination.
Oh, Wolfo, I have heard about that yokai, the items becoming sentient. If an item, I've heard if an item is able to stay alive, like if it's actually functional for over 100 years, it could gain sentience. Pretty cool, huh?
she just wears this thing on her neck that invades not only her mental privacy, but other people's. Athena's kind of sketched, not gonna lie.
Athena's like, I don't care. Look at that face. She's like, whatever, Apollo. I'm going to get us the non-guilty.
And here I thought it was just some kid's toy.
Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow error right now. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left? She's under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is masking her other emotions. Plus, given the fact that she's 15 and believes in these yokais were the one that killed her father's friend and being convicted of her father's being convicted of murder.
Mm-hmm.
It seems the sheer terror she's experienced has made her a confused mess.
So all those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions?
I mean, that cat's making me feel emotions right there. I'm like, hey, get out of there. You're gonna burn down the room. Stop it.
Was it? Wait. I just realized something about all that stuff. There was a chandelier shaped like a wheel in the crime scene, and there was a tea set.
Right.
So yeah, if you can pull up a photo of the crime scene, maybe. Yeah, there was a tea set.
There was a tea set.
Do we have any more like pictures of that? Oh, that statue that was in the room, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at that.
Oh yeah. That was that's the fight between the two, the fox and the crow.
Oh, okay.
Plus, also, wasn't that mask found in here too, in the crime scene?
No, that washed up on a river.
Oh,
Wait,
it might
do
have
we
been at
have-
the crime scene.
Can you go to the left one?
This one?
Or well, a section I meant, one section.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to see if maybe those floor plans had any more. I guess not. I was
No,
trying
just-
to see if they had any more photos of the crime scene. But I guess that's all we got to work with.
That's all we got. I'm under the impression she just like is seeing all these yokai all over the place.
Exactly, but it seems like they came from her imagination when she looked into the room. That's what I think, at least.
She's seeing normal everyday objects as monsters in her mind. It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma. Basically, she's a basket case, Apollo. And the trauma is in Jinxie's case is fear.
So she was and still is seeing ordinary objects as yokai.
Okay, so I was right.
Mhm.
Those they were representations of the crime scene.
That's a good way of think about it. Maybe we'll keep that in mind. We'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before we can treat it. Now, let's see. Apollo, can you point out the yokai on the Wheel of Fire? She seems particularly terrified of that one. Well, yeah, it's a cat on fire, dude.
Cat on a flaming wheel. If that starts spinning towards you, like heck yeah, you'd be scared.
Yeah, cats already hate your guts anyway. This one has a weapon. Start by pressing probe. Next, point to what's causing Jinsei's out of control emotion. Finally, hit probe again. R to try and get to the heart of the matter.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Let's do it.
I think that's
Not much, Jordan. You just got to this is the first testimony of this stream.
Jinsei, what's the name of that yokai on the Wheel of Fire?
That's a Akasha, a yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I get why she's terrified of that. I bet it came to steal the aldermans.
It's almost creepy how well that fits with the actual situation.
Exactly. It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that she's mistaking for Akasha. Apollo, you need to point out where she thought was a yokai on a wheel of fire.
It just kind of clicked in my head. We actually have a delusional human on the witness stand.
Yes.
Like not that's not even a meme right now. She is actually she's actually seeing things.
Yeah,
like some schizophrenic condition.
Yes.
And we have her on a witness stand testifying.
Yes.
Holy smokes, this legal system is in serious trouble.
We have a prosecutor. We have a prosecutor that's in chains. We have people who are just like, yo, I could probe into people's thoughts.
Yo, we went from testing a jury system in the previous game, which was maybe a year ago, to now schizophrenic people are now allowed to testify.
Now
we're in for some mess in this game.
Now we know why Phoenix is so wanting to continue like getting his bar back.
I gotta get in here before the whole building just actually collapses. A month later, there's a bomb explosion. Well, too late for that one.
Yeah, point out what she thought the yokai was.
I think I know the answer now. Jinsei, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you have possibly mistaken this for Akasha?
Was it?
I think it was. I think you tried the lamp itself.
Let's do it.
Take that.
The light fixture?
This one right here. It has a flame design, and it's up there on the ceiling. There was never a yokai on the wheel of fire. The Akasha you saw was just a light fixture.
Eek! Interesting.
All right then.
So I guess we have to like figure it out. That's one memory back to normal. Nice job.
Hi,
Now-
Travis.
Hey, Travis. Now that you got the hang of it, it should be a cinch from to point out the rest.
Shinsei, what about this white wall? Oh, what about this white wall-like monster?
That's Nui
Nurikabe?
Kabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray.
That's not a yokai, Jinsei. It's a folding screen.
She's like, oh. Eek!
And this raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster. It's just the statue of one.
Eek!
And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here, it's nothing more than a fox statue.
Eek! I don't know what I was
sweet heaven.
thinking. Oh, it cracked.
Yeah. Oh, she got a new one.
You did it, Apollo. Her extreme fear is under control now. It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. There weren't any yokai after all. See? A clear-cut statement. That's the power of my psychology and your intuition, Apollo.
They make a good pair.
They do. And just like we thought, there never really was any yokai in the Fox Chamber. Maybe that's what was kind of what I felt was missing with the fourth game. Like Apollo didn't really have like a partner, really.
What about Trucy?
Trucy, yeah, she was the partner, but she didn't really like play off of his strengths, though. You know.
I mean, you could make the same case for Maya in the original trilogy.
True. I feel as if Trucy was trying a little too hard to be like Maya, you know?
You know what? Now that we are on this, I think what made up for it in the original trilogy was Mia.
Yes. Because Maya was like a vessel to bring Mia back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they did a pretty good job early into the game to like establish their relationship.
Right.
Right. There never really were any yokai there. So, the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion?
Oh.
Oh.
Wait. Jinsei? What about Temataro?
He doesn't exist, silly. There wasn't anyone there dressed up as Temataru or any other yokai either.
Oh, crap.
I remember it clearly now.
You can't be joking!
Order! Order in the court!
I think we just dug our own grave.
Allow me to push you on in. It's the least I could do.
No!
Apollo! Can I interrupt your freak out for just a minute? I'm still picking up on some noise. It's an unexpected emotion.
Does that mean Jinshi hasn't remembered everything yet?
Exactly! We should be able to get something else out of her. I'll enter the new information we have and run an update. Did I see Temataro in the Fox chamber? There's some surprise and fear. That makes sense.
Let's try the surprise then.
I was so scared when I entered the room. Yeah, I want, just in case.
Okay.
My legs, they gave out and I fell to the floor. That makes sense. Like, cause if you think about it, sadness and shock, seeing a frickin' like crow creature, that'll get you scared and frightened.
Well, yeah, but she just testified she didn't see Tenmataro. Okay.
There in the Fox chamber I saw. Okay, both of those emotions are totally fine. The alderman dead on the table, and Papa collapsed on a chair.
Nobody else was there, and that includes Tenmataro. Okay, so the surprise has gone down a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
What about the previous two statements?
Okay. I was so scared when I entered the room.
How about the first one?
What is the unexpected emotion? Wait, does it...
Is happy, like, is that one on? No, it's not.
Nope.
It looked like, I don't know.
I was so scared when I entered the room. My legs gave out and I fell to the floor. Papa collapsed on the floor.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
try to find the emotion that contradicts her statements.
So if I find a contradictory emotion, I should point it out?
That's right, but it's not just contradictory emotions you should look out for. You should also keep an eye out for sudden changes in emotion's intensity. Oh, okay. Her emotions may get stronger or weaker as you move from statement to statement. It's important to compare how the same emotion changed throughout the testimony. Okay, so the sadness on like one of those statements, it kind of died down a little bit.
Okay, that was when she said her legs gave out, I think.
Right here.
Right.
Got it.
This seems like an unnatural reaction.
Really? Because I don't see it that way.
So it isn't unexpected given her testimony?
Hello? Is anyone in there? Just not if you can hear me. Oh my gosh, that's a Pink Floyd reference.
I don't listen to Pink Floyd, so I wouldn't know.
It's Comfortably Numb.
Yes, there is someone home, and that someone is going to try again.
Okay, let's try this
Well,
again.
actually, I think
Oh,
you had.
Yeah, I had the happy.
Oh, you had happy selected by mistake. Okay.
I'm trying to do this with keyboard this time. Last time I did was with the controller.
The amount of fear you felt is rather low, despite your legs having given out from fright. Could something have lessened your fear?
Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment.
You did. Where did it come from?
Let me think. Oh, it was Mama! I suddenly felt as if she was there with me. Okay, I'll enter sudden burst of courage. Now, let's see. Ah, look! She's determined now. Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinsei seems to be remembering everything now. Bye-bye.
A sudden burst of courage. Now, where could that have come from?
She already said her mother, Apollo. Come on, listen.
Jinsei, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage?
Yes there was, but I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later. Any idea what could have given the Jinsei that courage?
Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind.
What
Nine-tailed
about the
flower.
talisman? Oh, well, good point.
I think it's the flower.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. Jinsei, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this?
Take that!
Jinsei, you didn't happen to see a nine-tails flower there at the scene, did you?
Oh my gosh, Joe, I see that the same way. Whenever I see that bye-bye, I think of Mario voice instead. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Ah! The demon lawyer strikes again! I can't hide anything from you! I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tailed flower on it. I liked it so much, I kept it.
You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene?
That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instant.
Sorry.
It does seem to be some sort of case.
Oh.
Oh, look, something stood out. It appears to be a key.
Might I have a look, your baldness?
Just promise me it won't sink its claws.
Ah. This is none other than the master key to Karubi Manor.
Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Black Quill?
The bird brings a piece of paper. That's perfect.
That is kind of cool, actually.
It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder.
A master key that went missing? Why don't I like the sound of that?
Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence.
That's a little melodramatic, don't you think?
Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Fox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession.
Uh-oh.
Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in the room that had been locked by this girl. Oh, we got a locked room problem here.
Oh boy.
And your point is?
Until Jinsei Tenma opened the Fox Chamber with her key. The room had been locked tight from the outside world. And there was no one else in there, save the victim and his killer. I trust you have figured it out for yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself could be utterly inconceivable.
No!
Damn it, Jinxie. How could this be happening?
The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations.
Athena, are you all right?
Ugh! I know Mayor Timina's innocent, but there's nothing we can do! This sucks. Sykes, Dono. Allow me to put you out of your misery. Can I decline your offer? Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clear conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept.
Great. Now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not going to fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks.
Now I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight.
Hey, are you all right? She fell right into his trap.
Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed. All right, I'll be back in 10.
Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai.
Apollo?
Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to?
Judge, like, you're going off the script, man. Come on, you gotta object something.
Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more a reflex than anything else. Oh, I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena.
The court is waiting, Mr. Justice. Though, as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case?
The only thing I can think of is that air vent.
Only other thing as well that I'm thinking about is the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh yeah, good point.
Because I mean, it looks like it's locked, though. That's the only thing that's giving me pause, but that's what I'm thinking. Because they were saying the vent was too high up to jump into.
Well, actually, I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine!
Apollo! You do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you?
Not really, but we'll be fine!
But...
I've got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before! I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room! Because it's all over if I don't!
Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box.
Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is too.
Well, Mr. Justice? Do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument?
You bet I do! The real killer must have escaped from the locked room, one way or another.
They conjuncture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono.
Time to do or die. Literally.
The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room.
You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened?
I'm fine! We just need to think this whole escaping the locked room thing over from the beginning.
Objection. Nuh-uh.
So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so?
The choices are pretty limited. The room has a window, but...
There's a cliff on the other side, I think it was.
it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through. And there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vents... it's up too high and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. And needless to say, the Forbidden Chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out.
Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes.
Okay, so the window's out. Guess the vent is out.
Then whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here.
Let's just go for it. That's the only thing we have to go with.
We got nothing else.
And just how did the killer escape through there, Mr. Justice? Your reasoning skills seem as questionable as your proposed escape route.
I wish I could escape right now.
I'm afraid there's no escaping a penalty for your random guessing, Mr. Justice.
Could I try that one again?
Okay.
Okay, well then he must have gotten out through the doors. There is no other place he could have.
The doors were locked, though.
But there was a key inside, right?
There was a key inside, but they found the key inside.
Simply put, he unlocked the door and left the key.
But how did he lock
It would have been suspicious if they found somebody in a Temataro costume and he had a key on him, or anybody who had a key, because you got the key that opens this room and the master key. If I'm remembering correctly, there's only 2 keys that open this door. You get caught with one of them, you're automatically mad suspicious.
Yeah, but how did they? Okay, so he locks the door behind him. But how? Okay, so he comes in. He's in here. He does the murder. He comes out. He locks it. The key. How to get the key inside here?
Oh right, it was locked from the outside too.
So they said throw away the impossible. So the window was too small for anyone to come through. Plus, there's a cliffside right here. Air duct was too far up off the ground. There's nothing to stand on. Unless... No.
From the footprints, it seems like he just walked out the door. So
Yes.
So he did escape from the doors.
Mm-hmm.
I say we present the doors and just run with it.
Okay.
Take that!
The hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out.
It would appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Junsei Tenma came on scene was within the locked door. A locked room. How would one exit the Fox chamber and then lock it without a key?
I should have seen this coming.
Remember, Apollo, keep it simple.
Simple. Right. I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but...
Well, Mr. Justice? The prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting unless you explain yourself quickly.
I'm fine! I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked was because Tenma locked it from the inside, the perp locked it from the outside. It locked on its own.
Hey, welcome,
I can
Ice.
see the second one being reasonable.
That is like the only one that could probably work. Welcome,
Nice.
Ice the Unknown Ranger. Yeah, let's go with the second one. I do agree. That's probably the only one that really can make sense. Because let's keep it simple. Tenma locked her from the inside. How did he get out? If that's the case.
Well,
So that's a no.
If he locked it, then closed the door. If the lock would, I don't know what kind of lock we're working with here. So technically, he could have committed the murder, kept the door open, locked the door, then closed it. You know what I mean?
Most of those doors kind of have a latch type system. So if you lock it while it's open and just keep the door from closing.
Okay.
The perp locked it from the outside, which is possible. However, then that means 2 keys were outside of the Fox chamber. So it has to have locked on its own.
Okay. Maybe the door closed accidentally, on its own. Ah!
The killer would never be identified if we attributed key moments to mere chance. Perhaps that spear will just happen to fly off the wall and impale the alderman too. And perhaps that that sedative just happened to make its way into his coffee. More chance could explain any number of things.
Right. Next idea then.
We're getting butchered. We're putting way too much thought into this, I guess. Locked from the outside.
All right, let's go with the crazy one. What if the room was locked from the outside?
But how did the key get in there? That's the question game.
I don't know. You're the one who clicked it.
Whoa. In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked it out!
Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked fox chamber. See, me and Blackhole thinking the same way.
Why did you click the third option?
Because that was the only one that made sense. And clearly that was the right one because we changed up the discussion. Like the little bar disappeared.
Oh, it did.
Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact. The game's going pretty good. So far, so good, Ice. Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction.
If only we could explain both. Like how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from the outside.
Maybe the air duct?
I mean, you'd have to throw it pretty far in there.
I mean, true. I mean, if you kind of do like a little corner bank shot, kind of like trick shot
I don't
it.
think you're gonna make like you could attach a bouncy ball to it, I guess, and then you might make that corner bank shot.
The killer has 2 keys. I don't know about 2 keys though, because they said that there are only 2 keys: the master key and the skeleton key.
Well, it's not impossible to copy a key, but I guess we just gotta carry on assuming that this was the only master key.
Well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword.
My favorite prosecutor so far, Godot. He's my favorite. What about you, GCD?
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Oh, okay.
How could the master key be at the crime scene despite the room being locked?
Changed the lock, slipped it in when the door was... Actually, change the lock doesn't sound unreasonable.
I don't know about that
Threw
one.
it in from the...
Threw it in from the outside. That could be it. That could be the air duct. Are they really going with the air duct?
When was the last time we saved?
It was a while. I'm going with the
file. Make it no. Make a separate file. Make a separate file.
Well, all right then. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they yeeted it back in there. That's what I'm thinking.
We can try.
What if someone threw it into the room from the outside?
You know, something like go out the hallway door, lock the room, and toss the key back in through the window. Yep. Okay, that was a doomed line from the start.
That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room.
Yeah, if it wasn't on a cliffside.
And where would you throw it? And where would you throw it from? There is a cliff outside the fox chamber window.
Wait. Don't we have a picture of Tenma flying? That newspaper.
That's where we're going with this, aren't we?
Oh my god!
That's where we're going with this.
Oh my gosh! What the crud?
It's like we're like driving down this road. We have no clue where we're going. Then all of a sudden we just see it like, We're going there, aren't we? I heard this is the toughest clown instructor of all time. Oh my God, it's Roger, isn't it?
Wherever we're going, I only hope they have free parking. Oh, right. Ah!
I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window.
Somewhere other than the window?
Oh, they're going to the air duct.
I guess.
The air vent.
Yes. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not.
Oh, that's right. The Fox Chamber's air duct leads out from the hallway. Leads out into the hallway.
That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the Fox. Oh, right, because the outside vent is actually kind of lower to the ground.
Okay.
Oh, he climbed in and then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber.
Ah! That's preposterous. Oh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused.
Don't worry. I'll explain it so even Your Honor can understand.
He's so offended.
It's like, I take that personally, Mr. Justice.
You didn't have to hurt my feelings like that.
First, the real killer disguised as Tenma Taro murdered the alderman in the Fox Chamber. Then, they fled the room through the hallway and locked the door. Next, they entered the air vent duct. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside the hallway.
I love how the hint was
outside.
Outside the hallway.
I read that wrong. It's like the vent outside in the hallway.
I love how the little hint was, come on, Apollo, keep this simple. It's like, okay, he killed him and then he got into the air duct to drop the key. It's like the complete opposite of simple.
It's a good way to, frame him though. Make him think the key was still in there. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent in the ceiling there.
Yeet and retreat.
All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer?
Amazing. Even I could follow that.
Yay, Judge! The judge seems really pleased.
That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Tenma Taro. And there was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room.
Hey, it looks like the lawyer's beating the jailbird prosecutor.
Whoa, that was a total turnabout.
That massive forehead seems way more attractive now.
Thank you.
Order! Order! Order, I say! No flirting with the crowd, Mr. Justice.
Yes, sir. Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence.
I kill you. A valiant effort, Justice Duno, but your final thrust missed its mark.
Huh?
Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door?
That's exactly what happened. The killer fled from that couch.
But that is impossible. Without being spotted by the foyer security camera, that is. The electric eye. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there's no sign of Terataru anywhere in the security footage.
I don't know if you saw, but I think the hawk's eye retracts whenever he slams the desk.
Oh, that's perfect.
Save. Like, I felt that.
Save for the foyer entrance. There is no other way to flee the manor, is there?
I don't feel so good.
Hold it!
Wait, I believe there is one other way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera.
Hey, you're right.
Silence.
Oh my gosh, it does. I was paying attention to the bird's eye. It's like, whoa. Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack not only brains, but the investigative prowess to boot. That is a cliffside of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one. Now we present the flying.
Hey!
Noon!
I think she said noon.
Noon!
Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window?
My people need me as they fly. What the heck, right? Ha! I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunsets. As a matter of fact, we do.
That would mean the killer really was a yokai.
If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer.
Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be.
What? You're saying you could prove the killer could fly?
Whoa! I thought I was the one with the cords of steel.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
I think he's a little bit more sarcastic about that one.
I can try it. It's like,
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Your Honor?
What evidence do you have that the killer flew away?
He's like, no, I want you to continue. Continue with this, Mr. Justice. Please present it to the court. And he's like,
and then he actually presents it.
it's like, holy shit, he did it.
Smokes! He actually did it. The madman.
The mad lad.
Take a look at this special edition paper. Tenma Taro, real or flight?
That's
real
the judge.
Or flight of fantasy? What does this article prove? Oh, that's judge. My bad.
Tenma Taro, real or flight of fantasy? Flight of fancy. What does this article prove, Mr. Justice?
The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out of the window.
Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting...
Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer disguised as Tenma Taro flew away. You know, by some way or another.
Silence.
It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice.
Okay, then. How about the Tenma Taro figure Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished into thin air.
No, there is a rational, common sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai our Trixie Tanuki witnessed never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye.
She? I don't like where this is going one bit.
Oh no.
Is he gonna accuse the girl?
Yes, he's accused.
He's gonna accuse Jinsei?
Yes, he is.
Oh no!
Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tanama, or his daughter, Jinsei Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tanama was already unconscious at that time.
It's Tenma.
Oh, Tenma.
Not good. Not good at all.
Do you understand the gravity of this situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants. And the appearance of Tenma Taru were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinsei Tenma.
Tenma.
Oh, Tenma. Well, we did our job. We defended our client.
Ah! No!
So, when did we get paid? We defended our client.
Order! Order! The defense will not stop
Competing? Oh.
The defense will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever!
The little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade.
Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It is far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out of the window.
Did you truly believe this could end in any other way?
Did we fall right into his trap?
What do we do now, Apollo?
Beg for a plea deal.
Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. If only we had one.
Bailiff, seize her. It is time I interrogated her as the samurai of your world. Oh, of your wood. Oh, is it Phoenix?
It's gotta be the dad, right?
Oh.
Because Phoenix would have voice lines.
Mayor Tenma!
This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Tenma Taro's true identity is... Now, Mr. Mayor, it would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution will be willing to overlook her little yokai farce.
Confess? The defendant intends to confess?
Wait!
Oh, he's pitting the father against the... Oh my gosh. Apollo!
Wow.
Prosecutor Blackwell's up to the mind games again!
Oh, that's...
Oh, that's a low
twisted.
blow.
Mayor Tenma, no! Don't fall for his twisted words! If you're sent away for murder, Jinsei will be left all alone!
The real killer is... Mayor Tenma's gonna confess unless we do something!
But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away!
Caw, 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 caw! Look upon me and despair, for ripe is time for my return.
Huh? Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for.
Huh?
Did he get possessed? Ka, 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 ka! Foolish mortals! I am Temataru, the yokai you seek!
Okay.
Mayor Tenma?
Silence! I am Tenmatara, free from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber! Behold, the return of the Demon King!
What the?
Demon King?
Well then, I think it's time for us to take a vacation!
So do you think they charge the audience for these? Because this is like better than anything Hollywood has.
For real! Yo, take your Disney Plus, shove it up your... You know what, I won't finish that sentence, but like, give me a ticket to this courtroom!
The witness will... he will explain himself. You are saying you're Tenmataro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time?
Indeed, it is I, Tenmatara, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth! This child is Tenmatara, you say? Ha! What nonsense!
So, Mayor Tenma is a yokai now?
Ga 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 ga! His body is now mine!
So you're saying that Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that the yokai that Jinsei Tenma and Phineas Filch saw, and the one captured in the newspaper photos, those were all you?
The accursed power of this warding charms prevented me from revealing my true form!
Make it stop!
Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt?
Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented.
Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned.
Huh? What?
You claimed the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber, but it was the accused all along. Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking. For the alderman's killer is none other than Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, our dear Tenma Taro. The pieces all fallen into place.
How so, Prosecutor Blackquill?
It seems I must spell it all out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the alderman in the Fox Chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warding charms from the Forbidden Chamber's door, but then fell unconscious from the blow the alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter, Jin Tenma, stumbled onto the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma Taro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mayor. The newly freed Tenma Taro then fled from the Fox Chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinsei Tenma saw was her father possessed by Tenma Taro.
Objection!
But when we arrived on the scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How is that possible if he was supposed to have flown out of the foyer window?
Then what? Do you mean to say that the maid of Karubi Manor, Jinsei Tenma, was Tenma Taro?
Oh.
Ah! That too is as easily explained. Flew about for a time I did, but presently tired, I made for the Forbidden Chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unaware in the Fox Chamber, and I knew no more. It would seem the pieces are still in place.
Is Blackquill up to his tricks again?
Is he tricking a spirit?
I don't know.
I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real live?
So the rumors about Mayor Tenma are true. That I knew yokai were real.
You mean he really did kill Alderman just so he could release Tenma Taro?
Order! Order!
About to smack a bitch. Now you got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai.
It's Simon Says on steroids! He wants to convince our client any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai!
The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualm about finding the accused guilty, your baldness.
This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact.
That's saying a lot.
You had an actual channeled spirit on the witness stand in the last chapter of the third game. Shoot, there's precedent for this. Son of a gun.
This isn't the first time they've had possession in this court.
Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system?
Objection!
Mayor Tenma is just pretending to be Tenma Taro to protect his daughter! Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room! A verdict at this point would be premature!
Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but to...
Silence!
This is the dark age of the law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted.
Oh, and you prosecutors are any better?
This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono.
Objection!
I won't fabricate any evidence!
Silence!
Then prove it by joining me. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation.
How about I just promise not to succumb to anything?
Pinky promise? We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but...
What's wrong with him?
Prosecutor Blackquill, we've had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that. What in the devil was that? Fulbright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? Ha 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 ha! It seems you found that quite shocking!
Boo!
It's my special jolt of justice device! Each press is a shocking reminder to behave! You shall pay for this! I, Simon Blackquill, Your Honor! You need not fear now! I believe Prosecutor Blackquill will remain on his best behavior.
A bit late with the reassurance, aren't we, Detective?
Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. The court is adjourned.
To be continued.
Okay, then.
Somehow we survived. Well, then let's continue.
Yes, let us proceed. Ah, back in the Right Anything Agency.
That trial was an acid trip. Oh my gosh, that is 100% true.
That's the best way I can think to describe it.
Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented, to say the least.
I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon?
Yeah, it's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackquill was playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go out for a run. See you in a bit.
Wait, what about the investigation?
Back!
Whoa, whoa! Juicy, welcome back! Oh, you're in your stage outfits. Back from work?
Yep. I really nailed this new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today.
Yeah, Daddy was just laughing his ass off when he came in. He's like, you missed it. The crow guy was pretending to be another man. It was crazy.
You know, the demon out of nowhere trick is Polly's tightrope style defense trick.
I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own in all the craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor.
I know the killer must have used the air duct in there in their escape.
And whoever did that was the Timataro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw.
Right. Maybe there's some evidence in the air duct.
The real fight starts right now.
Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. 3, 2, 1, ta-da!
Were the panties necessary, kid?
Always. It's Intrusi's magic panties. Well, all right then.
Okay. I wonder where all that stuff goes.
Into the
question
magic
the panties.
dimension. Into the magic dimension from the panties. The panty dimension, as it were. Okay, let's go over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo! Vamonos!
Maybe Stickler was onto something when he needed to examine those panties.
Yeah. April 18th. Karubia Manor, Fox Chamber. Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... Whenever he's been like this ever since the trial.
Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover.
I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do.
Whatever happened to Emma?
I don't know. I was hoping she would be the detective.
I guess they may have been a little concerned about keeping a woman in charge of Black Quill, given that he's a dangerous murderer.
Knowing Emma from like the fourth game, though, I feel as if Emma just would not give two shits with Blackwell's thing.
I disagree. I think she'd be quite intimidated.
She'll be throwing snackaroos at him.
Maybe this guy is such a adult that he's not faced by it all that much. And he's got the shocky cuffs.
He got the shocky cuffs. That's part of it.
There we go. Blackwell's having a temper tantrum. Shocky cuff attack.
Oh, damn you!
The air duct is the key. We know the Tenmataro impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the Fox chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the Fox chamber through the air vent here.
So let's climb inside the air vent and check it out.
Then went back through the duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created.
The killer passed through the air duct. Maybe we'll find some evidence there.
Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up.
Oh, Apollo's venting. It's kind of sus. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting!
Where were you keeping that? In the panties. Where else?
They just carry around these panties and just Mary Poppin.
They got a copy of Trussy's panties. It's like, maybe Stickler really was onto something.
There is some magic in these. Don't you mean a ladder? Don't be so close-minded, Phoenix.
How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. Michael!
What vent am I in?
There's a thick layer of dust in here.
These sound effects actually do sound like something you'd hear in FNAF.
I don't get it.
Find anything? Yikes! Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust!
Yeah, dust. Lots of dust.
Well, that's a problem.
That is a problem. So, what'd you find?
You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time?
Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office.
Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail?
I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting... No one gone through the duct lately?
Kinda looks like that way. And if it's true, Mayor Tenma's going to be fingered as the killer.
But...
If we don't turn things around quickly.
In justice we trust!
Ah!
Ha 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 ha! Sorry, Mr. Justice. But it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed.
Ah!
Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden.
I'll give him this much. He's got a good smile.
He does.
And I'm back to my old devastated self.
Oh, come on! Where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man! Bring it on!
Let me suffer in peace.
Ha 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 ha! Justice prevails once more! It's not over yet! And besides, kicking someone when they're down is what bad guys do! Ag! Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fulbright's champion of justice? And how about some information on investigation? We need some help here. Information about the investigation? All right, but I won't have you call me a bad guy ever again. Understood? We did it, Apollo!
Yeah, but how long can we keep this up?
Just roll with it, Apollo. The investigation. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackclill would stoop that low. I mean, to pin the blame on a yokai? He really wants a conviction at all costs.
She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad.
Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt they'll teach him anything.
That's literally what I did when I got sent to detention.
You got sent to detention?
Yeah, there was a time I got sent to detention.
Uh-oh.
And they just made me write an essay about what I did was wrong, and then I was free to go.
What'd you do?
Something so devious. I'll tell you about it right now.
I got caught playing games on the computer.
Oh, how dare you, dude.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, he'll probably just write "Dotard" 1,000 times.
That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackquill believes Jinsei Tanami planted that yokai stuff. planted it in an effort to protect your father, the real killer. Yeah, right. I like to see him prove it. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. Oh, the rod. It was at the base of the cliff just outside Karubi Manor.
Wait, that isn't the staff Tenma was supposedly carrying, is it?
The one and only. Miss Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No way! Well, what about Prince? Nope, no Prince. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway.
Well, Prince or no Prince, it's going to work out in our favor.
Oh, it's not going to work. Oh.
Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case... then where in the mansion did Tenma get it from? Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the amazing Ninetails?
He did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger in the victim's past. The amazing Ninetails sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Jin Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered the great hero. The amazing Ninetails fans are so angry, they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened.
Speaking of which, isn't Jinsei also a fan of the amazing Ninetails?
A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He never unmasks himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself.
She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate.
We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison.
What? No! You forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinsei's father, but our client?
Oh, yeah. You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of figure four-leg lock.
Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other developments we should know?
Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something.
He did? What did he say?
He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact word, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals." And other things of that nature.
He called me dumb.
He called me dumb. Can you believe it? The crow spear called me dumb.
I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered.
Too bad you can't ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. I know. Why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Ha ha! What now, Apollo?
How about regrouping back at the agency?
Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there.
Can't you guys just call him?
He doesn't know how to work a phone. He's a boomer.
Do you want to check? never mind.
What'd you want to check?
I was gonna see if like anybody else was in any of the other rooms at the moment.
Oh. I just figured since they were saying go to the agency, probably wouldn't spawn anyone.
Maybe I'll go read over some past cases?
And I'll go do some research on exorcisms.
Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out.
How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down.
In other words, business as usual, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time, it's like we're bound and gagged too.
Don't forget blindfolds with our ears plugged up.
Oh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough.
Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too.
Mr. Right!
How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena?
I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before.
Really? What happened? I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least.
He's like, now, and that brought me back to my youth right there.
It's like I felt that pain vicariously. I know. I'd never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jinsei was accused of being accomplished.
At least you figured out how someone could have escaped the locked room.
Oh, 13 line says to present the badge to Phoenix. Okay.
Hey, good idea.
Yeah, well, we just found out our reasoning might be a tad flawed.
Oh, really? Well, that's bad news.
How are we going to get out of this one?
The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
The only time a lawyer is allowed to cry is when it's all over.
Phoenix
Force?
passing on his knowledge to the younger generation.
There you go. Force? A smile?
Yeah, my mentor taught me that, back when I was still learning the trade.
And her mentor told her that too. And then I fought him in court.
She also taught me to return to basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Basics. Always believe in your client, huh?
All right, let's present that badge real fast. Your attorney's badge, huh? I used to show mine to everyone too.
Why? You know, I never really thought about it.
It's like someone else was controlling me.
But I could ask you the same question. Me? Well, I guess you could say I show it because there's someone to show it to. Or something like that.
When you say it like that, it sounds kind of, I don't know, philosophical?
Oh my gosh, they're playing with the fact that most of the players present the badge to everyone.
I guess it does. Or does it?
Well, all right then.
So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before?
Yeah, I went there a few times to study various legal systems over there.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute, where did you get the money for that?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. You think all those poker games were just for show?
I made some mad stacks, Apollo.
I only looked homeless, you know?
It's all part of the thing. Yeah, mad stacks, but also look poor. Be rich, look poor.
I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law.
I did. But an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so...
Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then.
Does he mean Edgeworth?
I think so. I think that's a reference to the two Edgeworth games. Because I think it was kind of like referenced that Phoenix was there, but he's never really given like a speaking role.
Maybe. I don't know. I have one of those Edgeworth games. We should play it sometime.
We should. That you probably have the only one that got translated. The second one is out there, but it's fan translated.
Yeah, I mean, we can work with what we got.
Mm-hmm. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer after all.
I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions.
Aw, it's nothing special. Oh my gosh, that's a derpy animation.
That is the dopiest face I've seen in this entire series, and I've seen a lot of Larry Butts.
True.
Maybe I have underestimated that, that's Apollo.
Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers.
It's just, I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard.
I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less. Didn't Francisca become a lawyer at 14?
Yeah, she was, I think, 14.
So it's not unprecedented. Impressive, but not unprecedented.
Wow, that's almost superhuman. Or personally, like she's trying to help somebody she knows.
This again?
All right, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times and when lawyers are forced to their biggest smiles.
You got the smile part down, Athena. Just good luck actually trying to force it in court. It's not as easy as it sounds. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck.
Keep believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright?
Yes?
I'm going to visit our client again.
I think that's a good idea.
Bring some bird food.
All right. Time to see what's new down at the detention center.
All right, let's see what type of shenanigans we get ourselves into now with this. Mayor Tenma, we want to talk to you about something. Kasha! Eek! Ka! 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 So, my minions have returned! Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai.
I'm just glad his hands are behind the glass. I wonder if we'll be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again.
Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoned walls with great haste!
Hey, bailiff, this glass is bulletproof, right?
And demon-proof, sir!
Okay, but is it also stone-crushing hand-proof?
You know, we never checked that.
Okay, Athena, remind me to prepare a will. Now.
Wow, he sounds more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him win his freedom. What? The animation?
It's just like I don't know. I don't know what's up. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
like, yo, Apollo, we found out we're...
You know what it is? It's like when you order the pizza and your friend sees it.
Oh.
He's like, hand over a slice.
When your roommate says they're not hungry, but then the pizza comes.
Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed. You know what I mean?
If you can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now, ask me what you will!
I suppose it's worth a shot.
Should we present the badge?
Let's do it.
I was hoping you'd take a look at this.
An offering to me? Quite admirable. But the best thing you can offer me is to win me my freedom! Ka 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 ka!
Right. I'll do my best.
Okay, he didn't like that.
Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing?
Indeed! The remnants of Temataru, king of the underworld they be! The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand! Ka 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 ka! The prosecutions claim the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinsei. What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend... Oh, I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once. Huh? Mayor Tenma? Is that you? Well, now... Damien appears to still reside within this body. But I shall expect it as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien!
I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter.
Are we just going to gloss over the fact the descendant portion?
You didn't kill Alderman QB, did you?
I have killed no one! The remnant of my presence has been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have been whatever.
Consumed. I think. Let me see if I can play that back on the stream.
Raging hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but ash.
Yikes! So you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with this statue. I better ask about this too. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me.
Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Oh, so the skeleton key. Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber! Oh.
Huh. Whoa! Is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too?
Bah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks! Take the key from the killer to Damien, whereupon he swallowed it! He sought to bar the killer entrance to the Forbidden Chamber.
So he wanted to keep it shut tight.
but no fingerprints shall you find upon that key.
How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then?
Foolish mortal! You would have me, Timataru, act as some asinine alchemist? I but ask the jailer, and my will be done. Quite eagerly, I must add.
Always an honor to serve, your malevolence.
Guess I'm not the only one that he scares the living daylights out of.
Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door! But if I had known its matter of opening, long ago would I have made my return! He has a point there.
Maybe Jinsei knows something about how the whole thing works?
No fingerprints could be lifted. Swallowed it. All right, let's show him that statue.
Okay.
What, might I ask, is that?
This statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped up in a large cloth before the alderman's murder.
Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes. Something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman Karubi, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it.
Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck?
Of that Damien does not know.
A secret gift? Interesting.
So more information about that statue.
Maybe Jinshi knows something about it? I should at least question him about the blackmail letter too. Let me see what he says when I show it to him.
All right. Why, this is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien.
Apparently somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Gah! Gah, gah, gah! You have questions, do you? Very well. Ask away, mortal!
Who placed this in the alderman's pocket?
Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase.
So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase. Is a potential suspect in its is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket.
Could it have been his doing?
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Taro, did you just remember something?
Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of the letter. Damien's aide, Florent LaBelle. Full knowledge of that briefcase content did that aide possess.
Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for.
That is preposterous! He's a most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien. It seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him.
Still, this is huge! Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent LaBelle. Here comes justice!
Let's go find Mr. LaBelle and rake him over the coals.
Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead.
It's
All
highly
right,
likely
Prince
that...
Charming. Now you're gonna get yours.
There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. LaBelle is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the Forbidden Chamber?
You should probably search it for clues.
Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole?
Let's go talk to Jinsei. Maybe she can help.
All right, bye-bye, Mr. Crowman. Probably Yokai Lane, if I had to guess.
Maybe.
Ninetales Vale, Yokai Lane.
Hey, isn't that... Oh dear.
Grr, you dare imprison me? Jinxie! Jinsei! She's acting really strange. That loathsome... He shall know the terror that is mine in despair. Grr, grr, you shall pay. Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinsei, are you... Oh,
That's Apollo. Jinsei, are you all right?
Eek! Ah! Oh, it's you, Mr. Demon Lawyer.
Morning, Jinsei.
Morning? Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remembered, I lay down to take a nap from the manor. She doesn't have the charms on her forehead anymore.
Ooh.
Oh no! It must have been the Makaruga Gishi.
Makuraga Eshi. Makuraga Eshi?
Makarushi.
Like, yeah. Makuraga Eshi. Gaeshi? Makuragaeshi?
Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makaruga Ushi preys on people while they sleep.
It sounds like you just needed to be tucked in really tight, or maybe a snug sleeping bag.
Jinsei, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me.
I'd say we have more than adequate demonstration of that just now.
I better reapply them.
Jinsei, there's something else we wanted to ask you.
Hey, Star, how you doing? Ah, there was something I wanted to tell you, too. I remember something else.
You did? What was it? Jinsei, can you tell us what you remembered?
Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird.
I'm also afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What?
It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door!
Huh? Wait. What? Are you sure?
Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now.
So you're saying they were left there at the scene of the crime after you found it?
This could spell major trouble, Apollo.
Why?
Because Jinsei is already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated that evidence later on. Jinsei's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that.
Oh man, this is not good.
This is not looking good at all.
This is really bad.
And this umbrella's just looking at us, just taunting us.
I want to punch the umbrella, Zeke.
Don't punch the umbrella, dude.
I want to set its tongue on fire.
Don't set it on fire, dude.
I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. Jinsei, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the forbidden chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole.
Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear.
A secret mechanism? Really?
Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman Karubi knew what it was and how it worked.
The Alderman of Ninetails Vale sure loved his secrets.
Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism.
Whoa, slow down! There's something else I need to ask about. Jinsei, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber?
Uh-huh. Even the Manor's master key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened.
Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder.
And it was in the gut of the mayor.
After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so...
My man was hungry. He got attacked and he's just like, yum. Gulp. So the mayor's effort to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain. There's only one of its kind. All right. Was there anything else we needed to show her?
Not that I can think of.
We could try showing her our attorney's badge.
Oh my gosh, okay. So you really are a demon lawyer. So then, you know, Enma Deo, the appraiser of souls, what's he like? What's he like?
What's he like? Well, he's bald, has a white beard, and...
And what?
He shouts guilty and order while banging his gavel. I call him the judge.
Oh, wow. He's as scary as I thought.
Nah, he's just an old man who's wiser than you might think.
Oh, Apollo likes the judge. He's scared of him, but he likes him.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
We haven't been inside the foyer or anything yet. Maybe we should try those spots.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, not much here. How about the garden?
Okay.
Okay, nothing here. All right, then I guess the fox chamber it is.
All right, maybe present the key to him.
Can try.
Justice needs backup sometimes too. So I don't mind you asking for help, but you should start by thinking things over yourself. After all, the road to justice starts with your own first steps. Ha ha ha!
If you don't have any information to offer, you could just say so. Do we talk to him again?
Let's see here. There was a, I forgot what it was. Oh wait, it was in the court record in here.
Right.
Oh!
Oh, we needed
show
to...
the statue.
Okay.
I knew there was a checklist, but I forgot where to find it. Alderman Groovy made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetail Vale and Tenma Town.
A token of goodwill? But the two yokai are fighting.
Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing. This statue... Oh, look at them. They put aside their differences and they're drinking with the boys. They're like, you know what, you fox bastard, you aren't so bad.
Ah, you bird son of a gun!
Let's get some drinks.
That is a lot of sake for their size.
You know what? They're yokai, dude. They're like the boss yokai. They could probably put it down, dude. Originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it?
Maybe it broke when it was used to hit the mayor. Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head.
That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew that I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the alderman and I. Now it's just me, but its symbol of goodwill will forever etched in my mind.
So, is there anything else we should know about Jinsei?
No, that's about it. Oh.
Oh.
She's lying.
Ugh! My bracelet! It's reacting! Jinsei, you wouldn't happen to be...
In justice we trust!
Yikes!
Eek! A ghost! Ah!
Detective Fulbright! What are you doing here?
I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Oh my gosh, he actually has the little thing on his head.
Just like Apollo.
Prosecutor Blackclaw has asked me to question her. Question me? Sorry, not interested.
I don't remember the part where I gave you a choice.
Now come with me!
Could you imagine him just being threatening, but also like being, what would you call this? Upright about it the whole time?
Just, he's threatening, but in like kind of like a pushy type of way. Just, hey, young lady, we gotta do what justice says.
He's proud and upright.
Yeah!
And also very threatening. It's like, I don't remember giving you a choice.
Now come with me! I will drag you here!
Are you here to ask about the whole yokai affair?
That's right. Specifically, we want to ask. Ah, but I can't tell you that now, can I? Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right? No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust.
The twisted samurai sure has him on a short leash.
So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll then? Now come with me, Miss Tenma, to the station with you. You're right, Dr. Awesome. They do not like him using the bracelet at all.
We've only used it one time, I think.
Yep. And they're like, nope, you can't use this anymore. He took her away.
Missed my chance to see what she was lying about.
Well, at least we found out about that secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out.
I just hope they let us in now.
It's a shame. Like the bracelet was like a mechanic that was actually pretty smart.
It was
and the
pretty
way
cool.
it was used in the way it was used in the last chapter, my goodness, that was peak.
The time travel portion was kind of weird though.
Oh yeah, no, that sucked. But the face on the hand, he changed his hair color.
He did.
He was like a really dirty blonde last time.
Yeah, he was. He changed his he changed his hairstyle. He got a yee ass haircut.
Oh my gosh. Now he looks like a feminist. Oh, great.
Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent. I'm so glad I had these
Carnations. I think it's carnation. It's a type of flower.
Okay.
I'm so glad I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman.
Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you know what.
Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter.
It's like, I'm looking for when I cared about that.
I'm checking my schedule to find out when I ask. I've got as far back as November. Still don't see it. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me?
Oh, there's something we wanted to ask.
What the?
It's the base department. They're calling.
Where's that ringing coming from?
You have to excuse me.
What the crap?
That is like the cool. Okay, it's so dumb, but I kind of like it.
And I thought Matt Ungard's freaking wrist phone was stupid.
You know,
This
it's
dude
stupid.
just outdid Matt freaking Ungard in stupidness.
It's stupid, but I kind of like it. You know, it kind of like it's so stupid that it kind of comes like wraps around it and becomes kind of cool.
Is that why the shoulder blades are so big?
Yes,
What
so
if
he can.
What if he's just got a whole answering machine under both of them?
I am sorry, I do not care enough to answer your call at the moment. Please leave a message and I might return it.
You'll have to excuse me. Hello, LaBelle here.
What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones?
Yes, about that. You must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare.
A PR disaster? Where did you buy clothes like that?
Surprise! This is my own special design. It is the ultimate in functional beauty.
Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me.
You simply don't have an eye for beauty.
If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind.
So, what do you want with me?
Gonna save you.
Wait, let's talk.
You want to talk to him? Okay.
Let's talk to him a bit. This guy's kind of funny.
Both Jinsei and Mr. Filch said they saw Tenma Taro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? You were in the foyer. Why didn't you say, ah?
Very well. I admit it. That's right. I, Florent LaBelle, saw the demon Tenma Taro.
So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him?
I was simply trying to protect our dear little Jinshi.
Protect Jinshi? What do you mean?
Why? Don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers.
Which one are you talking about?
The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Tenma Taro.
That one's news to me. Or, that one's new to me.
Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about Tenma Taro sighting, a little Jinshi should be your prime suspect.
Tell us more about that rumor. Rumor about Jinshi.
So, what was that rumor about Jinshi?
They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly. Then she starts wandering around doing strange things.
Is that so? Although, come to think of it,
That loathsome, no-good nine-tailed fox. He shall know the terror that is mine in despair.
oh dear. That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier.
Once she even put on a Tenma Taro costume and wandered around the woods at night.
I love to imagine that Tenma Taro's not this like wicked like bird creature that everyone's saying is. He just likes to cause a little mayhem here and there. He's
Well,
like,
they called him the king of the underworld, right?
right. But what if it's just like it's overblown? He's just like, ha! I misarranged all your clothing. I am the king of the underworld. Everyone's like, oh, Tenma Taro.
I took all of your books and video games off the shelf and put them back on! Not in alphabetical order!
Oh, Tenma Taro. I took all your video games. I took all your video games and changed their jackets around. Okay, that one's evil. That one's evil.
It's gonna give me such a headache!
I put a red sock in all your white clothes. Now they're all pink.
You ass! I needed those for a date!
I am the king of the underworld.
I'm about to send you back. She did? Whoa.
Wait Where's that Colonel Sanders? Oh, that Timataru.
I wish I'd never asked.
Does she remember anything while she's possessed?
Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes.
Memory lost during possession.
Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy.
Dr. Awesome. That animation did not need to go that hard just for that scene. I love the animation in this game. It's really nice.
Unfortunately, none of the animated portions seem to have any good voice acting.
True.
But that's an excusable crime in my opinion.
I mean, that's kind of a, like, I believe the first Ace Attorney, all the voice lines, which weren't a lot, were just staffers. Like, they found someone in the Capcom offices. They're like, "Hey, you want to voice in this project?"
Bro, it's like, I feel like they did even a better job than the actual hired voice actors. Man, that's something. I guess they cared more about the game than the actors did.
I mean, granted, they only had like one line though, so they could just scream objection.
Fair,
hold it.
but it does take some extra. It does take something a little more extra to make it iconic.
Granted, though, I would probably say if you were kind of like working on like a little passion project that Capcom kind of gave you like free reign, like, hey, you got 6 months, just do whatever the hell you want to do. They kind of have like a little bit more kind of like passion to it, you know, because they didn't know this series is going to get big. That's just how I see it.
That makes sense from an aspect.
So if it's kind of like a passion project, you might put a little bit more oomph into it, you know?
Did I read that line?
I think you did.
Shoot, I don't think I read that line. Could you pull
Okay.
up the record?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose that too was caused by her possession.
Then maybe.
So you do understand. The whole yokai business was entirely of her own making.
Now wait a minute. Although, that yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself?
Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episode the next time we talk to him.
Alright, so now we gotta present something to him.
Yep, the blackmail letter.
What is that?
It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman QB. It was sent to Mayor Tenma.
And? Your point being?
Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered.
Oh, you don't say.
You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that the blackmail letter was in the briefcase. So naturally, you
Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes.
or my eyes fall from their sockets.
Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place?
Oh, well,
My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. Mommy always told me how lovely I was. I'm such a handsome boy.
She said I was the handsomest of boys.
In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage.
Bro, you got the whole squad laughing. Look at that face.
Bro, it appears you have the whole squad laughing.
It appears you have posted cringe.
It appears you have posted cringe.
You started not liking this guy, but it sounds like you're really enjoying voicing him.
I kinda am.
Ah! You can't destroy evidence like that!
You know, so far there's been a lot of fun characters to voice so far. I've been enjoying it.
What do you mean I can't? I just did. Feel a little lighter now?
You're just a one-way trip. Or, what's this? You're just a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy.
Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know.
Wait, Athena, that's a man?
Yeah, Paulo, I thought we all knew that.
It's just looks at him, looks back at Athena, looks at him, looks back at Athena. Yeah, we all knew that. I guess that's it for now.
Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product into your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV? But I don't understand.
Oh my god.
This dude buys TV ads just to flex that he has things that other people can't have. He's literally Cartman from that one episode where Cartman buys the amusement park, makes a commercial, be like, hey, I got an amusement park, and you can't come in.
That is like kind of, that is the craziest thing, but it's also kind of based. Like in a kind of like an evil madman type way.
It's like, I have the money to flex. He buys the patent for the perfume, and then he spends the same amount in budget advertising that people can't have it. There is no better word to describe this man other than douchebag.
He is a douchebag. If it looks like a douchebag, if it smells like a douchebag, well, GCD, it's a douchebag.
I gotta agree with you there, Zeke. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world.
Stop the bus, I'm getting off.
There's no getting off of Mr. Bones' wild ride, my friend.
You say that a lot. What's it from?
It's a meme related to Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Ah, okay.
One of the old forums, someone posted about Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. They created a 5-hour-long track.
Oh my goodness!
And they called it. Oh, go ahead.
Is that even survivable?
It's just it's a real it takes 5 hours to complete in real time in Roller Coaster Tycoon. And they call it Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. So if a person is on a ride for too long, they say, I want to get off of the ride. So it's, I want to get off of Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. And the forum post just keeps going over and over and over. Just, there's no escaping Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. I have to send you that post.
That is funny. Anyway.
Everyone wants my exclusive Jesus LaBelle brand product. It is the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare.
You don't say. Apollo's just sick of talking to this guy.
Well, they can't have it. It's just for me.
And a cellmate named Buffalo Bill is also gonna be just for you. Okay, that one was a bit much.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Oh, please stop. No. I regret making that joke.
It's not meant for you peasants.
Dude really named his brand I Am LaBelle. Oh my gosh, is that how it translates?
Is that...
That's what it
Wow.
translates according to 13 Lion. That is perfect.
That's funny. Peasants?
Peasants?
Shut your mouth, you mediocre-smelling peasant. Mediocre? This is my latest product. I'm calling it Color Me LaBelle.
Color Me LaBelle. I think that's what it is.
Oh, that's how he changed his hair color.
Oh my gosh. He got the RGB. He got that RGB spectrum hair.
Oh, sweet mercy.
He just changes it. It's just... Watch this. I can change the color of my hair and just constantly just always change. That would be sick as hell.
18.7 million possible colors. And all 18.7 million are for me alone. A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water.
What if it rains?
Then you don't have hair.
Listen here, you little bastard. Don't you ever badmouth my products ever again. Capiche? This rose has thorns on it, and I keep them there for a reason.
Guess that means you can't sweat.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Awesome. Bro's trying to be a TikToker influencer. No wonder he's evil. Okay, I admit that is good.
That was a good one. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads.
That no one else can get.
Yet, it's not available to the public? Great sales strategy there, genius.
He can legit make some pretty good money with that, though. Oh, come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle. Your hair color changed since the last time we met.
Oh, the little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty.
Oh, Apollo, what should I do?
Better take it before you get a face full of cologne.
Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. Hair color
Hair
that...
color washes out with water. It's Florent LaBelle's own brand and isn't available to the general public. Okay. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We've still got to find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Zeke, we have got to get to the point in this stream where this guy gets on the stand. I cannot wait.
Je LaBelle literally means I am beautiful in French. LaBelle means beautiful in French.
Wow.
He named his crown jewel I Am Beautiful.
Okay, let's find that secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, this is so exciting! can't wait to see how it works. But do you really think that the killer entered the forbidden chamber?
We'll just have to open it to find out.
We should also see if there was anywhere the killer could have hid in this room. Okay, let's get started. Apparate, Apollo! Apparate!
All right. Let's... Two foxes standing back to back are depicted in this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with the keyhole? Wait a minute. Two foxes. There are two fox statues in front of the forbidden chamber as well.
Oh, I was thinking like someone hid behind this.
That's not unreasonable.
Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it.
Well, it does have two foxes on it, and there are two foxes in the front of the door.
Then maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down.
She's as excited as a kid in a candy store. Better take a look behind this door, too. Oh, the doorknob's broken clean off. Oh, look! The doorknob banged into the wall, made a big dent. That wouldn't have happened if a killer had been hiding there.
Right. Guess that rules out the old hide behind the door trick. What is this? Oh, it's the statue. This statue originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in a gesture of goodwill.
Maybe Alderman Kyubi was planning on smoothing things over with Mayor Tenma.
But he was murdered instead. By someone who intervened.
Mayor was only pursuing the municipal merger because he had been blackmailed. Who knows? If this murder hadn't occurred, then maybe they could have come up with a solution.
We're back at the vent. There really is no escaping here through the air duct.
And here we went through all the trouble of bringing a ladder to check it out.
That's not a ladder, Apollo. It's a step ladder.
Eat me!
We're doing this again.
What's the difference? They both have the word ladder in them.
It won't be Ace Attorney if it doesn't have a ladder and step ladder debate. What's the difference? Oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors to decide who's right.
You're way too competitive. And it's not even related to the original issue either.
All right.
Should we check the door itself? That's not the door I meant.
Oh, okay. I just remembered this mystery novel I once read. The murder occurred in a locked room. And the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the room's door when it was opened. Then, when no one was looking, he made his escape.
A clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See the broken Tanuki statue here? The door must have banged into it when it was opened.
Oh, I get it. The killer couldn't have been there because of the statue. Okay, so which door were you? This door?
Yeah. Still no keyhole, huh?
I'm working on it. Well, then go get it. Go get the saw.
Athena's like, okay, fine. I see the problem.
Oh, do you? Yeah, and the door won't budge, just like those spanky bangs of yours.
You mean spiky?
Yeah, what did I say?
I think it sounded like you said spanky.
Oh, I said spiky. At least that was the intention.
I thought I heard spanky. I'm like, I beg your pardon, what?
Yeah, spanky bangs.
Anyway. Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door.
Oh, I know. I'll break it down with a body slam.
I seriously doubt you could do that.
How do you know if I haven't even tried?
No, wait, don't!
Ah!
As much as you hate losing, Athena, I think the door would win this match. There's a carving of the Nine-Tailed Fox over the door and statues of him on either side. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. Can't be a coincidence, can it?
Hey, the statue moves.
Don't get carried away now. I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap.
I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular Karate Kid.
I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that these fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the positions they should be in. Check the folding mat.
Okay. Opposite of one
I think
another?
we gotta turn. Yeah, I think we gotta turn them the other way, if the game will let us.
Oh. Maybe the killer hid under this table.
That would be a terrible hiding place. The alderman's body would have been right above.
Maybe you're right. Guess the underside is a bit... Wait! There's something underneath the table!
Let's check it out.
Oh? Oh, it's the cup!
Oh. Hey, look! There's something down there.
It looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what?
Oh, I know! It might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinsei said? The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill.
So, this piece broke off and rolled under the table? The cup has been reunited.
Yay!
Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? We'll never find the keyhole in the forbidden chamber at this rate.
There's something about that folding screen. You know how those fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber can move? The screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something.
Hey, I bet you're right. Let's go over to that screen like a with a fine-tooth comb.
A fine-tooth comb sounds actually kind of painful. If it's fine-toothed, wouldn't that mean the teeth are sharp?
Yeah, but also if it's fine-tuned, you can, like, whatever you're, like, brushing across, all the little sand would, like, get off of it, you know?
Fair enough.
So you'll find what you're looking for.
On closer inspection, I think there's more to this screen than meets the eye. Let's check every last inch of it.
Oh, I
Hey,
think that's Athena. Let's check every last inch of it.
look at how the door is.
Oh, it's
There's-
open. Oh, the
left
screen.
side of the door is on the right, and the right side of the door is on the left.
Oh, it's a puzzle. We have to put it together the right way.
Okay, so I think we would actually rotate them towards each other.
I can rotate
like,
the
one piece,
screen.
maybe.
There we go. Oh, whoops, sorry, I was,
I can rotate the folding screen with the arrow keys. And if I find a spot of interest, I can press space on it to inspect it further.
You can also zoom in and out with B and M to get a better look. Now, let's check every last inch of it.
Hey, doesn't it look like the picture here has been cut off on both ends?
Now that you mention it,
It looks like there's supposed to be doors on both ends, but they're cut off, but they're cut in half.
maybe those doors symbolize the Forbidden Chamber's doors?
Yeah, it definitely feels like something significant, but the question is what? Just joined, what did I miss? Well, we were talking with Prince Charming.
Oh, hello.
Hey! Nothing in particular, my butt, Apollo. It's a picture of a key. That shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know! It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber key. Wait a minute. Does this mean they need two keys? Because there's two keyholes?
Maybe, or if you fold this, fold the screen in so that the keys align with the lock, it might show the position of the foxes. We're definitely getting warmer.
Okay, let's take an even closer look. Are you able to move the screen?
Yeah, I can
With
move
the
it.
arrow key. The arrow keys, right?
Oh, I can rotate around it. I
Oh.
can't move the screens themselves.
What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something.
You think it could be the keyhole of the Forbidden Chamber?
Wait, what about that key drawn on the end of the screen? You think the two are related?
A key and a keyhole. Oh, I just got an idea. If we fold the screens up just right, the key and the keyhole should overlap.
Hey, I think you're right.
Let's give it a try.
Look, a door.
Yeah, and it's open too.
The two foxes are now facing each other. So... Hey, what if we made those fox statues face each other?
That should open the keyhole. Apollo, let's go check out the two statues.
Okay. Help me move the two statues so that they face each other. Just like on the screen.
Do 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 do.
Look! A lock appeared.
Now we could use that key.
Okay, here goes nothing.
A statue moment indeed, Frosty. How you doing? Also, hey, Max, how you doing?
It worked!
Time to see why this chamber's so forbidden.
What secrets could it hold, I wonder?
It's just an enormous anime collection.
The Forbidden Chamber.
Just a giant collection of anime figures. The mayor's like, look, everyone's gotta have a hobby. These doors need some serious oil.
Ah! That was like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, right. Forgot those super good ears of yours.
Oh.
Oh. Get me that 4K camera. We're about to catch something.
Look! More feathers.
That's not creepy at all. Eek!
It looks like a bat.
What the heck is that? Is that a Tenma statue? There's something odd about it.
All I know is I don't like it, but I can't explain why.
You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you?
What? Of this thing? Don't make me laugh.
Really? Hey, look!
What? What? What is it?
Over there on the left. There's a bunch of staves on that rock.
Ah, one of them's missing.
Yep.
They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier.
You mean the one Jinsei said she saw Timotaro carry?
Yeah, I bet our Tenma impersonator really did come in here at some point.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search this place.
We'll get the cream that's up down there.
What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. And the fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long.
Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. Jesue LaBelle?
LaBelle? What the? But then, wouldn't that mean Mr. LaBelle was here?
Caught you in 4K. I guess so, but why?
Well, whoever dressed up like Tenma must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time.
In other
And
words,
his brand is only for him.
yep. In other words, the Timotaro impersonator we're looking for is none other than
Florent LaBelle.
This might be a break for us in court tomorrow.
Now, all we had to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma.
Oh yeah. It's all coming together. What else should we check?
Hey, there's a bunch of stabs here, and it looks like one's missing. The Tenma Jinsei saw must have taken it.
I have to agree. These look like the ones Detective Fulbright showed us.
Why do you think there's so many here?
Maybe they're spares. Tenma might be, you know, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare staves handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them? Or at least, that's my take on it.
Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. How about that rock? Looks like a gravestone or something.
Here lies Taro's hopes and dreams. What a baby. It reads, here lies Tenma, age 80. Cause of death, choking on a chicken bone.
Say it ain't so! Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism.
I'm not scared. Freak Out Central, right here, baby! Cut it out, widget!
Denial is strong in this one.
Perfect.
What does the stone actually say? Here hath Tenma been imprisoned?
Imprisoned, yep.
Oh. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the fox chamber.
That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is, why?
Maybe the Tenma costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb.
But what did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the forbidden chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder.
Wow, this is one tough riddle all right. How about that scroll? Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe?
A monk? What are you talking about?
You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training.
Wouldn't that just be a hiker?
The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena.
He's bringing in a big old chunk of gold. He's looking at the big old chunk of gold, and he's like, yes, look at my big chunk of gold. And the man's like, yeah, that's a big chunk of gold. Oh, look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. It's like, yo, dude, that's not a chunk of gold.
It's a bird. Whoa,
And then a bird.
It's turning into Tenma.
And then the bird's like, hey, what's up, fucker? And then I tell Fox, like, oh, damn. It's you again. He's like, hey, guess who's here to raise hell? And
Guess who's here to eat the dog's food?
No!
Over my dead body!
I'm going to eat that food and rearrange the laundry. What's the scroll getting at? Is this how Tenma was born?
Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Whoa, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenma has a staff. But the Tenma in the scroll didn't have one.
I wonder why.
I feel like this could be significant, but why? Let's take a closer look. First to go around this table here.
Ah! Apollo! Are you sure that's a good idea?
Hey, looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue.
Don't open it! Who knows what might be in there?
It's just a big empty compartment. From all the dust and cobwebs, I'd say it hasn't been opened in a really long time.
That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it and...
Wait, there is something in here.
It's a little
That's
man.
creepy.
Looks like some sort of figure, but it's so dusty I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Wonder what it's doing here.
A figure that has been left inside the Tenma Tower statue. A thick layer of dust and dirt suggests it's been in there for a long time.
A stone lantern.
Like those Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch?
Lamps like the... Hey, I just noticed something. There's an opening in the top right.
Oh yeah, I do see that.
That's
Take-
okay. Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there's no switch.
Oh, here it is!
What?
It was hidden out of sight.
I see Tenmataro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai would want. Oh, look! There's an air vent here too.
I guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation.
But I don't think anyone could reach this one either.
So far so good, John. I think we're on the final investigation of this chapter, if I had to guess.
Because we know who the killer is.
Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads.
Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so...
Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all? Guess that about wraps it up. What now?
We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again.
You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinsei?
Yeah. I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tenmataro.
Well, all right then. Let's go to the foyer. That's probably where we find Filch.
Filch. Phil. Heh. Who was it, me or you?
It was you.
Okay.
It's the curse! The curse! The curse of Tenmatoro!
Eek!
You outsiders are ignoring them superstitions at our peril! Mind your own business, will ya?
He snatched a little robot dude.
I see it. Ah! He's got his bracelet again.
Ouch! What's all this about curse?
Tenmataro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say.
Right. How about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions?
Huh?
Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine! You know better than to go around stealing other people's stuff like that!
Same goes for my bracelet!
No.
Sorry! I promise I won't do it again!
He almost kidnapped my sweet little widget. The big jerk.
I'm sorry! Not really.
I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened.
I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal widget? Grr.
Yipes! Mercy! Mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood that runs in my veins.
Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean?
Glad you asked. The infamous bandit, Azuki Kozo, was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokais to me.
It's none other than the Azuki Kozo. Robs from the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he'd leave one of those figures at the scene of the crime.
Oh.
See? What?
Just he leaves one of those figures at the scene of the crime, and there's one of those figures in that base for a long time.
Okay.
What's more, I'm his grandson, because he was my grandpappy.
Wow, you don't say.
Thieves' honor. It's the honest truth.
There's no honor among thieves. You won't fool me.
Ah, the sloshing sound of Azuki beans scraping together in the dead of the night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver outer of wealth, reborn.
Yeah, right.
She's pressing X. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit.
Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes! It looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber.
Haha.
Hey! What are you doing with that there figure?
Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it's been there practically forever.
Could mean my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. He once told me there's treasure in that there chamber.
Treasure?
Interesting.
What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though.
Could be. It could be that gold rock.
Your grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he?
Seeing how there was one of his figures in there, that just might be. That's Grandpappy for ya. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor.
Yeah, right. He probably just kept it for himself. Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. What part of do not steal do these people not understand? Really?
The steel part,
know?
I guess.
In court, you mentioned seeing Tenma Taro near the scene of the crime.
Sorry, I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me.
The people of Nine Tails Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenma Taro.
Darn right! Them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell ya. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on.
So you plan on staying here in Nine Tails Vale?
Yep, I'm gonna keep living right here and keep the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me.
Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales?
Hey, you been listening to a word I say?
You're gonna do exactly what them superstitions say. Well, I say that's baloney.
Oh, let's see this.
Ignore the superstitions that will cost you your soul.
Yep, ignoring the superstition will cost you your soul. Like, okay, do not gaze upon Tenma Taro. Do not tell others that you see him. He already just did that.
Huh.
Ignoring the superstition will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it: departing the village.
Take that!
It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstition will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village.
Ah!
So according to this, you shouldn't have even been here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Nine Tails Vale. But if you really believe in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now.
Ah!
I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch.
Yipes!
You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you?
Sorry, but I didn't have no choice.
So, what was the real reason you couldn't talk about seeing Tenma Taro?
It's all Pretty Boy's fault. Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenma Taro. Said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen.
So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you? Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence?
Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumor. But what about her being possessed?
That rumor again.
I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor.
Ow! Hey, watch it!
It got stolen.
I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me.
Could have just asked instead of stealing it.
Was that all we wanted to ask, Mr. Filch?
Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenma Taro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass.
All right, let's go talking to the yokai.
Oh boy.
Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence.
Oh, cool. Regular guy's back.
Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned! Yes, well, Jinsei came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me.
That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time.
Oh, but I like doing the voice of the demon. So, what can I do for you today?
We'd like to ask you about the rumor that Jinsei is possessed.
Ah,
She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least, that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh?
ah, he's back! Gah, 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 gah! No match is this welding charm for me!
Ah! The charm!
Timotoro's back! Those foolish mortals! They shall regret blaming that child for my doings!
Ah! I blew it! That question brought the yokai back! And he probably won't drop the act until Jinsei's name is cleared either. We'd like to ask you about something your Florent LaBelle mentioned. We'd like to ask you about something your aide, Florent LaBelle, mentioned. Did you know Jinsei is rumored to be possessed?
I know not what you speak.
I think when the collar is like opened like that, it's the demon, and then when it's closed, it's the mayor.
Oh, okay. I know not what you speak!
You're trying to protect Jinsei, aren't you?
I, Tenmataru, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal? Gah, 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 gah! No affection do I possess for your race of humans!
Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mr. Tenma's name.
But I have already told you, I know not of what you speak. I don't think we'll get anything more out of him.
It's all over unless we can prove that Jinsei didn't plant that yokai evidence.
Hey, Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I could prove that she didn't do it.
Really?
Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain the whole possession thing.
Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's really something. I can really count on her when it counts.
Mayor Tenma, Jinsei isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of
Somnambulism?
sonambulism.
Sonambulism? Sonambulism? You mean sleepwalking?
Yes, I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. You know that's one of the theories behind the Salem witch trials?
What about him?
You know how everyone thought they were witches, girls were like dancing in the forest. They were thinking it was either sleepwalking or they either accidentally or purposely ate hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Huh.
So that's what kickstarted the whole thing. Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job at Ninetail Vale? When the child visit last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they robbed her of sleep each night. I knew it! That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you. At least, not on a conscious level.
So then the Tenemataro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinsei.
Sweet walking, huh? That would indeed explain.
Now it's the mayor because like the tie's folded in.
Oh, okay.
You see it?
That would indeed explain the matter.
Look, Tenemataro's spirit. It's left the mayor's body.
Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma? Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcism such as you. Oh, superb exorcist such as you. Feathers and tracks. Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you? I did not. Neither I nor Jinsei have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt. I knew it! You suspect Florent is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetail Vale that badly?
Can you think of any reason why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenemataro for a spell. Ah! Could it be... Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenemataru?
That's crazy! Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Tenemataru brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as superstition warns, you must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison.
But how can people actually believe that?
Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenemataru thing now.
Yeah. And I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle.
Your dinner is ready, Your Malevolence.
Ah! An offering to the Demon King! You may place it right there!
The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it.
Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. I'm watching my cholesterol. Gah! Gah, gah, gah! I'm watching my cholesterol.
Yes, Your Malevolence. I'll remember that.
How long is he planning to keep this yokai charade? Or how long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade?
Well,
Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next, now that we know the truth? He won't be able to claim that the Tenemataro was Jinsei or the mayor anymore.
but the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him?
Best to do it on the witness stand. Or not.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a smart idea.
Yeah, no, this is a horrible idea. This is like the rookie mistake Phoenix made when he confronted Mr. White.
Okay, now let's practice that again. Filchy! Oh wait. Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy. From the top.
This would be the type of guy to roll his R's. Also, he turned his hair purple. He's William Afton now.
The purple guy!
Mr. LaBelle was in the fire at the time of the crime. And when he, heard a scream, oh heck, what was the next part again? Ah! You have the memory capacity of a flea. This is the 13th time, you know.
The man behind
Don't
the
worry.
slaughter.
I can't do my Springtrap voice for very long, so.
You have the memory capacity of a flea! This is the 13th time, you know! Now, 100 more and we're done.
What on earth are they practicing?
Aw, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy! Oh! Oh, beg your pardon, Mr. LaBelle. It's just that all this practice, yikes! Unbelievable! What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? The dry cleaning for this would be worth your entire salary for the past year! Filthy peasant! Oh!
Just stomps off furiously, but you hear the clacking of heels.
I am going to stomp away furiously now!
Clack, 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 clack. That's the least intimidating stomping I've ever heard.
I'm calling corporate!
I am calling corporate!
Did Filch filch LaBelle's wallet just now?
He stole his wallet! So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo?
Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? You peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me?
Your confession to being Tenmataro, the Tenmataro imposter would be nice right about now.
Alrighty.
Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had. And about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro.
Filthy, you fool! Yikes! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth!
So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle?
Why, to protect the darling little Jinshi, of course.
But Jinshi was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenmataro.
Interesting. But where are you going with this?
Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tenmataro.
Oh! Now this is getting interesting. And are you insinuating that I'm Tenmataro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort.
That's right! Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenma! Son, could you pull up the record for that one?
Yep.
Tenma was Jinx, so why would he? Ouch!
I said Tenamataro was Jinshi, you fool! Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea! Practice it 100 more times!
Yipes! So, have you been called to testify tomorrow?
Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then.
Oh, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you.
Filchy! Wake up, you lazy bones! Huh? What? Was I sleeping? Must have been the sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow.
Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
Oh, I'm begging you not another lesson! I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff! Ah! Right up the schnozzle!
Keep quiet and do exactly as I say.
No, please! Anything but another lesson!
There they go. Missed our chance to get the truth out of him.
Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinshi told. We better go clear that up before tomorrow.
You think they're done questioning Jinsei?
Maybe. Let's see if she's on Yokai Lane, shopping for more charms.
Oh, snap. Accursed nine-tailed fox. The time for selling's now. My grunge has but fastened over time. At last, vengeance will be mine. Grr, grr. She must be possessed or sleepwalking again. No, Aaron, I do not plan on picking that up. At least not right now.
What?
Oh, he's asking if I'm planning on picking the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake.
Ah. Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst. Jinshi.
Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, my charms must have fell off again.
Phew. Guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel.
Are they done questioning you, Jinsei? Uh-huh, and on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released.
Yeah? Which one?
Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and Temanataru. It shows them dancing together.
Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together?
Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges.
Oh, right. For the municipal merger issue.
No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. I'll stop the two of you from fighting it like you did in court this morning.
We weren't fighting. It was just a spirited debate with lawyer. Ah!
No fighting.
Charm slapped again.
Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she's lying about.
Jinshi, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important?
Eek! Like what?
Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time.
Eek! When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman Karubi were collapsed in the fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
Here we go. I knew it. She's holding something back. All right, let's find... Let's try and focus on like one specific area at a time. Oh, there we go.
Gotcha!
She's wiggling her finger.
You were very nervous when you said, "That's all I heard," weren't you? I know because I saw your fingers move as you were going to slap someone with the charm. Or as if you were going to slap someone.
Huh?
Listen to me, Jinshi. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you?
It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep? So you admit he did say something else?
Eek! How can you tell? Okay, only a demon could have such powers. Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that?
Could you be a little more specific?
Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinsei. I killed Alderman Karubi."
He said what?
You just had to get to the bottom of it, didn't you, Apollo? The mayor actually confessed to the crime? But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare.
A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare! This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we going to do now? Return to basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Right. Just believe in my client. Even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair.
Jinsei, did Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession? I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer. Why would the mayor confess like that?
Could he really have been dreaming or simply delirious?
Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare right now. Apollo, what are we gonna do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived. And our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinsei has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinsei are going to prison if we don't do something.
I know. Well, let's see here. Our lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinsei has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman Kyubi and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox chamber.
But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well.
Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation.
Our mystery person must have fled the Fox chamber when it was opened. And that's when Jinsei saw what she thought was Teminataru. But Papa and Otterman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else.
What's going on here? LaBelle's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself in the scene of the crime?
Whatever it takes to court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty, rotten Teminataru Florent LaBelle.
Right. We'll get him with a legal exorcism. Justice style.
Oh, I want to do the trial now.
I do too, but I'm also like starving.
Okay. What do you say, like, a 5-minute recess?
I say it's 9:30 my time. I think we save it for next Friday.
Aw.
Just get it all the way through. We'll finish it up to next time. But first we'll save. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Alrighty, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much, GCD, for being a part of this.
Aw.
I know it's a cliffhanger. I get it.
Aw.
But you know what? Think of it this way. It'll make it like even more better when we finally figure out what's going on here.
Fair enough.
All right, guys. I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow for some Persona 3. But until next time, I'll see y'all later.
See ya.